Perak Corporation Berhad (PCB) was established in 1991 with a paid-up capital of 100 million and has been listed on the main board of Bursa Saham Malaysia since 2003. PKNP is the main shareholder of the company with a 52.9% stake. The Perak Corporation Berhad (PCB) is located at Bandar Meru Raya, Ipoh, Perak. The size of company is around 500 to 1,000 employees. Perak Corporation Berhad (PCB) is a subsidiary of Perbadanan Kemajuan Negeri Perak Group (PKNP Group). Its key activities are to support PKNP groups as the primary driver of economic development in Perak. The early activities of Perak Corporation Berhad (PCB) were focused on the management of sport facilities and development of new township. As the company charged forward, it has expanded to include regional development, hospitality and tourism, and development of ports and logistic infrastructure. Perak Corporation Berhad is engaged in real property development, property investment, and provision of management services. The company operates through 4 segments: infrastructure, township development, hotel and tourism, and management services. Most of Perak Corporation Berhad revenues come from ports and logistics segment.
As we explained before, our team members have decided to choose a company that have been delisted from the Shariah compliance status by Security Commission of Malaysia. We choose Perak Corporation Berhad (PCB). The first one I do is the business screen, the business ratio. For the business screen, there is no activities under 5% benchmark, which means there is no liquor, there is no gambling, or there is no manufacturing halal food. There is none of this. How about the media, entertainment, rental? There is no activity under 20% benchmark. For the benchmark of 20%, there is also doesn't have any of activity that can be contribute into the prohibited elements. And the second one I do is the financial screen or financial ratio, which means quantitative ratio. How I want to detect and determine if there is any amount that above from the benchmark of 33%. As you know, this company have total cash of 8,891 ringgit and 933. For the total debt, they have 462,927 and 840 ringgit. For the total cash, which means the cash per total assets, the contribution to total asset is 1.04%, which means it's below than 33%. The total debt for the company per total assets is 54.04%, which means the contribution to total asset of the total debt is 54.04%, which means it has been above than 33%. So the analysis that I made is there are no activities related to threshold 5% and 20% in the business of the company. There is no prohibited activities that have been running in this company. But unfortunately, the financial ratio is above permissible threshold of 33%. Therefore, the company is not Shariah compliant. Hence, it cannot be listed as Shariah compliant.
The Securities Commission has revised the screening methodology by adopting a two-tier quantitative approach, which applies the business activity benchmark and financial ratio benchmark. Securities Commission use business activity benchmark on a case-by-case method. In analyzing such companies on a case-by-case basis, the contribution from the Shariah non-compliant activities to the group revenue or group profit before taxation or PBT must be less than 5%. In addition, the revised methodology will include financial ratio benchmark, which assess cash over total asset and debt over total asset screenings. This benchmark intends to measure riba-based elements within company statements of financial position, and it must be lower than 33% for a security to pass as Shariah compliant. Perak Corporation Berhad (PCB) was classified as Shariah compliant at first, but due to certain factors, this company were delisted from the list of Shariah compliant. One of the factors Perak Corporation Berhad were delisted is financial ratio. The financial ratio for this company is 54.04%, which is higher than the benchmark that has set by Securities Commission. Based on my previous explanation, the financial ratio must be lower than 33% for a security to pass as Shariah compliant. So we can conclude that these companies are subsequently reclassified as Shariah non-compliant.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hi, my name is Rasmiati binti Saidin, metric number 256403. After we have done the calculation for the PCB, the Perak Corporation Berhad company, we have known that the company does not have any problem in activities under 5% and 20% benchmark regarding to be listed under Shariah compliant, but there is a lot of percentage that exceed in the financial ratio. In the calculation, financial ratio shown that the percentage of contribution to total asset is higher than 33%, which is 54.04%. This financial ratio intend to measure riba and riba-based elements within the company balance sheet. The 33% describe the gain. The gain might be through cheating or manipulation that the company involved, and also the possible of high indebtedness in the company, high in the interest, and also other suspect earning of the company. Moreover, in order to be listed again under Shariah compliant company, Perak Corporation Berhad needs to recover the debt that is exceeding the total assets and to cut over with the elements that are prohibited by Shariah principles or Shariah advisory council, such as riba-based elements. So after we have looked at the Perak Corporation background and have done the Shariah screening process, we have learned and know about the criteria used by Shariah advisory councils of securities commissions in the Shariah screening process. Now we also know how much percentage of the calculations, how to calculate the percentage, and also the rule that had been stated in order for the company to be listed under the Shariah company compliance. Thank you.